I'm here with Jim Spencer, Executive Director of the Sterling Schools Foundation. Because students see his work everywhere, we decided to learn a bit more about his role here at SHS. Thank you, Mr. Spencer, for doing this interview.
My pleasure.
What exactly is your job title, and if you could explain your job to anyone else, how would you explain it?
I'm Executive Director of the Sterling Schools Foundation, and my job is kind of far-reaching. I think that basically, to really pare it down into what I really do is I raise money, assist different organizations and the foundation in raising money to support school programs, and then I also, another part of my job is to promote the school and our organizations and our teams, and to show not just the community, but our alumni base as to what we're doing here in Sterling High School. It all ties together. We try to keep people informed as to what's going on here in Sterling, so people who don't necessarily live here still have a connection to the community, and because of that, we still get a lot of people who actually donate to support our schools who don't even live here. So it's kind of far-reaching, but it all kind of ties together with the goal of trying to make sure we have the money that we need to do what we want to do.
Yeah.
So.
How did you come into your job?
My background is in media, radio. I did some television work when I was in college. I attended SIU Carbondale, and I was on their student news organization there, but I went into radio and I did that for a few years, and then I went into public relations at the hospital at CGH Medical Center. So everything that I did in the past kind of led me to where I'm at now, because there was media experience from the radio and television side, which I continue to do now, and also just from a marketing standpoint, learning how different marketing techniques and how to deal with people and talk to people, ask people for money, those sorts of things, all kind of developed over everything that I've done throughout my professional career. So,
if someone else tried to do your job, what would be the advice you would give him or her?
Run. No. No. I think that you would want to be you would want to try to gain as much information about the history of Sterling High School as possible. Because we've been around for a long time, we have a rich history and we have cool traditions and things like that, and I think that if you're coming into that new, you'd want to get an understanding of how that all works together and what it means to people, and then kind of move forward and try to put your own stamp on tying in with those traditions and things like that. So,
you've been to many sporting events in your career throughout the years. Is there a distinct SHS sporting moment that sticks out the most?
Well, right off the top, it's one of those back in 2007 when the girls basketball team made it all the way through the state tournament, made it to the state finals, but in the sectional championship game, Sterling was down 2 points with 4 seconds left, and Jackie Housey dribbled down the middle of the lane and threw up a wild shot that went in. She was fouled at the buzzer, so there's no time left, and she's standing all by herself at the free throw line with the sectional championship riding on her shoulders in a tie game.
Yeah.
And with no time left and everybody watching, she rolled in the free throw, and there was the court rush and with the student section and that sort of thing. But that's always there's so many. I got to watch Doug Densmore play football here back in the 90s. He was a Division I athlete that went on to play at Iowa State. He was awesome, and I got to watch Joseph Bertrand do his thing on the basketball court, and Sterling Thornton was amazing, with all that he did. But that moment, because it was so unique in that, it's a two-pointer at the buzzer to tie the game, and there's a foul, and Jackie is just there with everybody looking at her, and we hadn't won a sectional title in 24 years, and this is on her right there, and nothing but net, and it was an amazing for everybody who was there, that's for sure.
Yeah. If there was one aspect about your job you could change, what would it be?
That's a difficult question. I guess I would prefer to be able to do more of the promotion of our students than I'm able to do because of the other elements of my job. That's the part of my job that I really like. And I guess more of that and less when you're dealing with fundraising. There's just a lot of stuff that has to go on in terms of management and recording and audits and all those sorts of things that you have to manage when you're running a multi-million-dollar foundation. I don't find that very much fun sometimes, but promoting our kids is awesome, and I just like to have. I would like it to be more of that. So.
And what kind of qualities does it take in order to do your job?
I think the most important thing is the ability to manage time, because the way my job is structured and what I do, I just get pulled in a lot of different directions. And if you don't manage your time effectively, then you end up losing time with your family, and those, you end up being at work at, even when there's not a game on, you end up being at work at 9 or 10 o'clock at night. And if you're able to manage time and not waste time during the day, then it becomes much more enjoyable.
Wait, thank you so much.
My pleasure.
That's great.